Hey everybody, welcome back to One Mic, and today I'm here to talk about the debut film in the new James Gunn-led DC universe, Superman. This video was brought to you by my good taste in movies, because after sitting through Fantastic Four and that flat line of a movie, I needed like a cinematic palate cleanser. So the next day, I went to go see the Superman film, not knowing what to expect, and thankfully, James Gunn came through with exactly what I needed. So let's just start with the facts. Superman's like 100 times better than Fantastic Four was. And I don't mean that as a figure of speech. If you watched my Fantastic Four video and then you went straight into this one, I mean what I just said in every conceivable metric that makes a movie good. Characters, plot, pacing, tone, casting, energy, all levels up across the board on Superman versus Fantastic Four. And James Gunn didn't just get it right. He made this feel like the start of a real DC universe with some sustainability, like not just another isolated reboot. It was modern, it was clever, it was rooted in classic Superman mythos, but wasn't afraid to like remix and update the formula. It just hit every mark it needed to hit. So, what's it about? Well, I'm going to be able to give you a little bit more than I gave for my Fantastic Four review for the plot. But the plot smartly ties Superman into geopolitics. Excuse me. We open with him getting involved in a conflict overseas, believing he's saving lives by stopping a war. I was like, starting a war. Only problem, the side that he stops is a U.S. ally, and he uses some not so legal methods to pull it off. The general public doesn't know what he did, but we, the audience, know after a conversation that he has with Lois. He thinks he's doing the right thing because he only sees the right and wrong in it. He only sees like people were going to die and I prevented that. That's it. He doesn't see any of the nuance. But now there's public backlash, international consequences, a whole lot of people asking whose side is Superman really on? So Lex Luthor jumps on this opportunity. He digs up an old message from his parents, one that Clark had only partially heard because part of it got damaged. And Lex restores it to reveal that his parents did in fact send him to Earth to rule. Lex uses this to paint Superman as a threat to humanity, locks him up in a pocket universe, and prepares to become the new king of the nation that he's set up the conflict between. Long story short, of course, Superman breaks out. The plot is exposed. Lex is defeated. He sent the Bell Reeve. Boom, we're done. So what made this film so special? Obviously it's not the plot because I didn't spend too much time on there. It's a serviceable plot for this film. Fine. The heart of this film is Superman himself. Young, brash, idealistic, reckless. He's like a superhero teenager in his first few years on the job. All heart, not much strategy. But watching him grow from someone who just wants to do good to someone who learns the value of brains over brawn, it just made for a great arc. There's a moment where he literally says brains over brawn. It's kind of corny, but earned, yes. David Corenswet as Superman nailed it. He looked the part, felt the part, had charm, kindness, that gentle strength we expect from Superman, but with just enough naivete to make the arc believable. Funny, charismatic, basically everything Pedro Pascal wasn't as Reed Richards. And of course, Reed Richards is supposed to be Clark Kent, but still. Hey everybody, I just want to take a small break from this review to talk about the various other ways you can engage with me on other platforms. If you're so inclined, and I understand why you wouldn't, I am an acquired taste, but you can join the Patreon where you can get extra content like retro reviews, where I review old shows and movies to see if they still hold up today. Mike's Musings, where I talk about shows I'm watching that I don't cover on the channel, or Mike's VOD, where you can commission me to watch a show, which I will then review on the channel. And if you want to engage with me and chat with me more directly, I also implore you to join the Discord and follow the Facebook page. I set up channels in the Discord for all of us to discuss the shows I'm reviewing on the channel, and I also drop new videos in there since it's the easiest platform for me to share to from my phone. The Facebook can be really fun because I sort of live comment on shows I'm watching, often while under the influence, I'm not going to lie. And I'll also share news there, both about television and film and about myself as well. So if you like my content, you want to be more engaged, you think I'm charming, or you simply want to show support, feel free to sign up for the Patreon or join the Discord or Facebook today. Links to all platforms are in every video description. Remember to share all my shit to your respective social media platforms. And now back to this review. Nicholas Hoult, I thought, brought the heat as Lex Luthor as well. This version of Lex had serious like Joffrey Baratheon vibes, like smug, slimy, the kind of guy you just actively want to fucking punch him in the face. He didn't just play the villain. Like, he oozed villainy from every orifice. But seriously, like, right down to, like, facial expressions that he did. Like, you just wanted to hit him. It was the same thing Joffrey did. Little facial expressions just make you want to punch him in the face. A+, I swear to God, he had to have used Joffrey as an inspiration. A+ casting, great performance. He's on a great run. He was good in I was about to say Nostradamus. Nosferatu. And then you have Mr. Terrific. He starts off looking like a one-note stereotype, but gradually grows into one of the more entertaining and layered side characters. And if I'm being honest, I didn't enter into this review with the goal of like taking shots at Fantastic Four. I was just going to talk about Superman, but if we being honest, Mr. Terrific, the writing and the performance of Mr. Terrific as Superman did a better job of convincing us that he was smart than Fantastic Four did with Reed Richards. Crypto was great addition as well. Predictable save the day moment at the end, but still worked. Cute, loyal, nice payoff with Superman's brains over brawn situation. The evolution of that, perfectly fine. Another way this film worked in a way that surprisingly the MCU film did not, humor. This was pretty funny. DC's humor attempts usually feel like, dad jokes from HR, but James Gunn brought that MCU style balance over, and it landed and it worked. But most importantly, the reason it worked is because the characters worked. Gunn also continues to use music like a secret weapon, just as he did with Guardians. The music used for this film, I thought it complemented it very well. But then he also scratched our nostalgia itch with the classic Christopher Reeve Superman theme. Oh, and they even gave us like I'm already sitting in the movie like, this works. They nailed it. Great job. And then we get toward the end and they even give us an in-universe canon explanation for how Superman puts on his glasses and becomes unrecognizable. Like, they didn't have to do that, but it's showing a level of attention to detail and a desire to get everything right that James Gunn brings to his films that they didn't give a fuck about that on Fantastic Four. So what didn't I like? Not much. Rachel Brosnahan was fine. Not bad, not amazing, fine. Lois is a tough character to kind of make pop. But while she held her own, she just didn't really leave a mark. No offense to her. It's just the nature of that character, I think. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Great performance, but the look just doesn't work, man. I know it's comic accurate. Everything doesn't need to be like a one-to-one translation from comic to film. And I feel like that could have been one of the things that they let that go. He didn't need that haircut. But on that note, I'm going to wrap up here. I have to do it again. This movie highlighted everything that Fantastic Four did wrong. It made my Fantastic Four review worse to have watched this the next night. Fantastic Four had flat characters, dull dialogue, zero charisma, the emotional range of a wet paper towel. Superman had depth, vibrance, and stakes. Like, it felt alive. James Gunn absolutely stuck the landing with this one. It was timely with the geopolitics. It was funny. It had a great character arc to watch Superman grow and progress throughout the movie. It wasn't just a return to form for Superman. It might be the best version of him we've seen in a very long time. It managed to be modern without being cynical, nostalgic without being cheesy, fun without being shallow, and most importantly, it reminded us why Superman matters. So, on that note, let me know what you thought in the comments. Like, subscribe, watch all my other nearly 1,000 videos that I have on this channel. And until next time, peace.